Hey guys, it's me, Nicole Rivera. Are you ready to write this week? Because I got the sticks. If you have been hanging out with me in any way, shape, or form around writing, either in my local writing group or in the Stop Writing Alone community, you have heard about the sticks. The sticks come from a writer's toolbox. It's called a writer's toolbox, writer's toolkit. And I got it years and years ago. I don't even have a box anymore because it's so old. It just got all decrepit. I carry my writer's toolbox around in this pouch. And the writer's toolbox comes with 3 different writing games. One is the sticks, which the creator called something else entirely, but I've been calling the sticks for over a decade now. And the other 2 games we will address later on in the year. I won't torture you with them next week. I'll give you a little break from the writer's toolbox. But this week, we are going to do this first game. I do this all the time in my local writing group, and that is not hyperbole. But it's not just me. We all keep choosing the sticks because the sticks are one of those awesome writing prompts that are powerful in 2 ways. And here's what I mean. A basic writing prompt, what do we think of? We think of a writing prompt as an idea from outside of our own creative mind, right? I can write any day of the week, sit down and think about, well, what idea do I have to write about? And that's on me, and I sit down and I write. I go to writing prompts when I want someone else, an idea, to come at me from somewhere else. That's all writing prompts. But when you get a really good writing prompt, it not only gives you a new and different idea, it also gives you a new and different way of writing. It challenges the actual craft of writing. And this is one of those activities. Here's why. Number 1, it's a timed activity. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what your time will be for this week's writing, but I'll let you know how I usually run it in my writing group. We usually make this a half-hour writing activity. So what will happen is we have these 3 different sticks, the 3 different groups of sticks, I should say. The light green sticks have an FS on them. If I can show you here, can you see that? No, I'm holding 2 sets of sticks. Why would I do that? See, that's a little FS up there, and it has light green writing. FS stands for first sentence. So what's going to happen is I'm going to randomly select a stick from this bundle, read it to you, show it to you, and that will be, word for word, our first sentence. All of us will write down the same first sentence. I will set the timer, or you will set your timer, and we write. In my writing group, I usually set that timer for about 10 minutes. So write the first sentence, 10 minutes, write a story where that's your first sentence. When the timer goes off, we're not done yet. That's when the next bundle of sticks comes in, and that's the light blue guys that have NS on them, and NS stands for the non sequitur. So this is some out of nowhere element that we will now pick a random stick. I will read it aloud, show it to the group, and everyone must incorporate this statement, sentence, piece of dialogue, whatever it is on this stick, into their story. This is not that we are starting a new story. This is when I set the timer, you're going to take whatever you wrote from the first sentence, and you are going to keep writing, finding a way to get this into the story. It's pretty cool. This is why I would recommend that you, if possible, write while you watch today, because it's definitely slightly more powerful and challenging if you don't know what's coming when you sit down to write. So you have your first sentence and you write, and then when the timer goes off, like in the middle of your writing, you're throwing something new. That's pretty cool. It's not easy, but it's pretty cool. So then again, in my writing group, we will have 10 minutes. Hopefully we found a way to get this bad boy into that story that we were writing. The timer goes off. And here I come. I've got one more bundle of sticks. These guys have dark brown writing on them and a little LS on them, which stands for the last straw. And that's it. This is the last straw. So again, randomly select a stick. I read it aloud, show it to the group, and set the timer again, usually for the same amount of time, whatever, it's up to you. And do our best to do two things now. Incorporate whatever it is we just selected here into that running story that's been going on from the beginning, and also try to wrap up the whole thing. Not easy, but that's the point, isn't it? That is why we're doing this. We're doing this to challenge ourselves to become better writers. And it's a first draft. Whatever it is that you write as that timer's going off is a first draft. So you do what you can. Timer goes off. Awesome. You're done. And then you get to decide what happens next. Do you want to rewrite this story? Do you never want to see it again? Is it perfect the way it is? It's not. But, who knows? Maybe you just want to share it anyway. I like to do that. I like to share my stories immediately as I write them to show people this is how messy it is sometimes. So maybe you want to do that. Completely up to you. But here's what we're going to do. I am now going to select 3 sticks for us. I'm going to select the first sentence. I'm going to read it aloud. I'm going to show it to you. If you are writing along, I would recommend that you pause the video and set your timer. I am not going to have the video extend for a half hour while you watch me write. That would be weird for me. So, and again, you can do the 10 minute writing for a half hour writing. You can make it longer. You can vary it if you want. I would not go any shorter than 5 minutes per segment. In other words, making like a 15-minute writing. I mean, God bless you if you could write faster than that. But I think 5 minutes per stick is probably about the smallest amount of time that you could devote to this to really hope to get something worthwhile out of it. Just my advice. But you could go as long as you want as well. I like the sweet spot of a half hour of writing on this activity because then I can use the rest of my time to revise the hot mess that came out of all of this. Okay, so are you ready? Get your pens ready or your laptops or whatever it is you're writing on because I am about to randomly select a first sentence for us. Here we go. I put tulips under all the pillows, and then I set fire to the house. Oh, this is going to be fun. Am I getting it all in there? Okay. I put tulips under all of the pillows, and then I set fire to the house. So set your timer now for whatever time you would like, and using those exact words right away. When your timer goes off, I will have your non sequitur for you, which is Tom lost $25 at the races. Tom lost $25 at the races. So, I mean, here's the challenge. What if you didn't have anybody named Tom in your story? You do now. Somewhere you have to, in the next time period, whatever time period you have selected, you now have to get this sentence in there. Tom lost $25 at the races. So set your timer. It's not like a first sentence. You don't have to begin this segment with it. You just are going to write from wherever you are and try to fit this in. Try to keep an eye on the timer. Try to get it before the timer goes off. If you don't, understandable, but at least try. And finally, when the timer goes off for that, we will have our last straw. And the same idea, we are going to now try to incorporate the hole in his sock. The hole in his sock. So write your story, set your timer, get some holy sock in there, wrap it up. And share with us what you got. Or at least share with us what you thought of this experience. Have you done the Writer's Toolbox before? Do you have experience with these sticks or some of the other games that are involved in it? Have you done an activity like this where the time is broken up and things are getting thrown at you midway through your writing? I'd love to know if you have another activity that is similar to this. I think I have a couple more, but I usually end up doing the sticks because it's one of the best for that type of exercise. So I hope you enjoy this exercise. I will write the 3 sentences down on the bottom. I will make them go far down so that you don't get spoilers if you're just, if you got this far, you already know. But either way, it'll be there for you. And I will also share a link for the Writer's Toolbox and where you can get it in case that's something that you're interested in having. Again, I can't recommend it enough if that wasn't already clear. Either way, remember, you can come on over to Stop Writing Alone page and group on Facebook, but we also have the Swap 52 Club, which is a group of people who have come together and signed on to the challenge of we are going to write 52 stories in 52 weeks. Some people are using these prompts. Some people are using whatever it is that is inspiring them for the week. But if you are into picking up that challenge and joining us, it's a great place to meet some like-minded souls. It's also a great place to share your stories when you finish with them. I also created a Swap 52 Club publication on Medium. It's very new, but I figured if you didn't have any other place to share your stories and you wanted to share them with the community, that could be an easy way to find them. Wherever you share your stories, please make sure you share them with me so that I can see what is coming of these wonderful prompts. I love to see how other people interpret the prompts that I have and that I've done. It's so cool to see how different we all think and come up with these wonderful creative ideas. So I'd love to hear from you. Also, Stop Writing Alone now has its very own Instagram account, so you can follow at Stop Writing Alone. If you want to follow me, I'm at NV_Rivera on Instagram and Twitter. And I think that's all of it. We have the Stop Writing Alone website and all of the Stop Writing Alone chat. If you weren't here in the first week and you have no idea, that's my podcast. So every single week I share stuff about writing community, interviews with other writers, and how they found their writing community and support. So check it out. Wherever you listen to podcasts, search Stop Writing Alone and you'll find us there. Otherwise, I will see you here next week. Happy writing. Can't wait to read all the wonderful stories that are coming from this. Have fun. Talk to you then.